We have lots of big Tesla stock news today. Let's go ahead and start with some of the bad news. Let's get that out the way first. Norway's $1.7 trillion sovereign wealth fund said today it will vote against ratifying Elon Musk's pay package. The fund owns about 1% of all Tesla shares. They voted against the package in 2018 as well. The fund said, quote, "We appreciate the significant value generated under Mr. Musk's leadership since the grant date in 2018. However, the fund will vote for the Texas redomestication." I wonder if there's a way we could do a class action lawsuit to sue the crap out of all of these big firms that are voting no for Elon's comp package. Because if the vote does not pass because of these big firms, then Tesla stock's gonna fall at least 10 to 30%, if not 50 to 60%. It feels like you should be able to sue over that, but I guess I'll look into that and get back with you guys. Because honestly, at this point, if you vote no for Elon's comp package, you have the right to vote for whatever you want to vote for, but you're directly causing other people to lose a significant amount of money. And that just doesn't feel right to me. But again, worth mentioning that the Norway Sovereign Wealth Fund already voted no for this proposal in 2018, and the proposal still went through. Now, back then, a little bit over 40% of Tesla stock was owned by retail investors. Today, it's closer to like 70%. So retail investors will really decide what way this vote goes. The bad part about that is a lot of retail investors don't bother to vote their shares. So if you have not voted, go out there and vote your stock. But the reason why Tesla's stock has not done much of anything in recent days is because there are a lot of hedges going on to Tesla stock. If you are a big fund right now heading into June 13th, you almost have to hedge your position when one catalyst could give you such a large amount of downside. And that's why I don't expect much from now until June 13th, but then I'm expecting an explosive move higher. That's my expectation, but it could be lower as well, and you need to be prepared for that. So in the next video, I will be going over a little bit of strategy on how you can hedge your position if that's something you feel like you should do. Now let's get into the plethora of good news today. Tesla just yesterday started offering a 36-month loan rate of 1.99% APR for all new Model 3 rear-wheel drive and long-range finance orders in the US, down from 6.39%. They also started offering a 4.99% rate for 48 and 60-month finance loans. Tesla has now removed the new Model 3 long range from the promotional APR. The financing loan rate for the Model 3 rear-wheel drive in the US is now 2.99%. Previously, it was 4.99% for both the 48-month and 60-month loan terms. This update comes after they dropped it yesterday to 4.99% from 3.99%. Wouldn't that be great? 6.39%. Now, Tesla lowering the interest rate for financing on Teslas is magnitudes more effective than cutting prices. That's because when 80 to 85% of Teslas or new vehicles bought in general are financed, well, lowering the price of the vehicle does very little to the actual monthly payment. So really, cutting prices is only beneficial to someone that's looking to buy a Tesla outright in cash. Again, when 80% or more of Teslas and really any other, vehicles are bought with a loan, dropping the interest rate does a lot more for that monthly payment. And it's probably costing Tesla about the same amount to, lower prices as it is to buy down the interest rate. The problem has not been Tesla is cutting prices or has been cutting prices. The problem always was Tesla was cutting prices, but it wasn't boosting deliveries. I think Tesla buying down the interest rate is likely boosting deliveries a lot. And this is some big news today as well. Tesla's FSD supervised V12 V12.4.1 is now starting to roll out to a select few normal Tesla owners in North America. Early reports of V12.4.1 are that no steering wheel nag is a, quote, game-changing experience. TBD on how well the software itself performs. The driver monitoring system now primarily relies on the cabin camera to determine driver attentiveness. If the camera detects the driver to be inattentive, a warning will appear. The warning can be dismissed by the driver immediately, reverting their attention back to the road instead. Warnings will escalate depending on the nature and frequency of detected intentiveness, with continued inattention leading to a strikeout. Cook on X writes that his Tesla is actually being updated as he is away from his residence, so he won't be able to test it until after the shareholder meeting in Austin. Elon Musk responded and said, expect the level of polish to improve considerably with each point release. And look at this news. This has absolutely nothing to do with Tesla, but wow, just when you thought things couldn't get weirder out there. Trevor Milton, you might remember this guy, fraudulent Nikola that rolled a truck down a hill and got sued. He's actually a convicted felon now. He had to pay like $1 billion in fines. You probably remember the story back in 2021. But it says, founder and former CEO of Nikola Corporation and current convicted felon says he has filed a multi-billion-dollar derivative and malpractice lawsuit against Nikola's directors and the chief legal officer. Trevor says it turns out the video of the truck rolling down the hill was actually written, approved, and ordered distributed by Britton Worth and not me. You thought Tesla had a lot of drama? Zohar Agashan wrote this post on X and this article in Bloomberg Law that says, here's why I think Tesla shareholders can ratify Elon Musk's compensation package, as explained in a Bloomberg op-ed. Below is the text. He says, it would be strange to conclude that a majority of Tesla stockholders, including some very large and sophisticated institutions, lack, quote, ordinary sound business judgment on the question of how much Musk should be paid as their CEO. Delaware law is designed to protect minority shareholders during negotiations with a controller. In this case, Musk has already provided the services and met the milestones set forth in the compensation agreement, and he is now at the mercy of the shareholders. The negotiation power is fully in the shareholders' hands, which retail investors own a vast majority of Tesla stock, and well, if we have any say-so at all and enough people vote, the package should easily get passed coming on June 13th. And you know what that means? It's boom boom time for Tesla stock. Elon Musk also says that Tesla's FSD V12.4 now remembers objects that it sees. AI Driver wrote this post on X that says FSD 12.4.1 goes around some garbage in the road after it's in front of the camera's blind spot. He says it's possible it has some kind of memory of objects now, but more testing is needed, and that's where Elon Musk confirms that it does indeed remember. That means you probably don't want to be mean to your Tesla, because it's gonna remember that. Wouldn't that be some shit? You like punch the steering wheel and it starts brake checking you and slamming on the brakes. Yeah, I think Elon Musk really does need 25% voting power, thinking of AI that could become sentient. On Friday, you did see option activity elevated in Tesla. You had 13 different trades totaling $38 million from big money with a 35% positive order value. Just a couple notable trades here. You had a January 17, 2025 330 put worth about $7.5 million, a June 21st 276 put worth $6 million, a June 21st 276 put worth $4 million, and a June 21st 250 put worth over $7 million. I expect this activity is probably going to accelerate heading into the shareholder meeting this upcoming Thursday. We also have CPI and the Fed on Wednesday, so Thursday could be a crazy day for Tesla. And in fact, it's going to be a crazy day regardless, but mix in there the Fed and CPI the day before, And yeah, you gotta just buckle up for this one. Tesla's short position remains at a multi-year high, 3.78% short interest of free float, $18.65 billion currently sold short, and about 105 million shares that are currently sold short. It seems like the short sellers are getting quite comfortable in their Tesla short positions, and a little discomfort would do them well. Sentiment over on StockTwits is neutral at 47 today. Yesterday, it was bullish at 65. Message volume today is low at 39. Yesterday, it was normal at 50. And the participation ratio is high today at 55. Google Trends data for the Tesla lineup is starting to trend even lower. Although I'm expecting an increase in Model 3 search trend activity, and you have in recent days, the Model 3 has went from 21 to 23. Not a huge jump, but noticeable nonetheless. The Cybertruck is at 71, the Model Y is at 29, the Model 3 is at 23, the Model S at 10, and the Model X at 9, which is still very good levels of trend activity for Tesla. Global inventory numbers have been falling quite a bit for the Model Y, sitting at about 5,500. The Model S and the Model X have recently jumped to about 5,200 a piece, so definitely has been some more inventory potentially with those two models. The Model 3 has been falling from about 3,400 towards the end of May down to where you are now at about 3,000. And Google Trends data for full self-driving is sitting at 21 today, still looking pretty good. Trending in the low 20s is a lot better than where you were trending in the mid to low teens before the free trial of FSD went out to everyone. And Tesla is currently running about 4,000 different ads with Google. As I have talked about before, I'm expecting quite a small range for Tesla heading into June 13th. I'm expecting anywhere from 180 on the high side to 172 on the low side, basically between your 50-day and your 100-day moving average, with probably some back and forth trading around this 20-day moving average, which is right in the middle. But you can see how these moving averages have been converging on each other for a while. Whenever this happens and you break out above, the high side, then you can get into a large run. If you break down, then you could be setting up for, quite a large downside move, because there has been a lot of consolidation in orders in just this range, and people putting on trades have been putting on these trades in a very, small range, right? So when it really does start to break out, that can lead to a larger breakout and vice versa to the downside. So I'm really not, again, expecting much until June 13th. But I do think June 13th could be a 20% day to the upside and probably a 10%, 12% day to the downside if things do not, go in our favor. And that would be Elon Musk's compensation package not getting approved. That would be a pretty bad day for Tesla. As I have said before, this compensation package deal has been such an overhang to Tesla. Just back to start the year, Tesla stock was at $265 per share. And I would argue things look better and brighter for Tesla today than they did then. Just to kind of put that into a little bit of context. If you do see the compensation package go through and there is no longer a question whether or not Elon Musk is going to stay or leave Tesla, if AI is going to stay at Tesla, if deliveries can start to accelerate based on the interest rate buy down, if rates start to fall, thus help Tesla's overall demand, comparables heading into 2024 or 2025 for EPS become a lot easier. You're going to see 100, 200% EPS growth in 2025. Robotaxi event on August 8th. You have the launch of the lower price vehicles by the end of this year, if not the beginning of 2025. There's so many good things to look forward to. I think the worst fundamentally is behind us. Now, could you always go into a recession that could destroy the economy? Of course, there's always a risk of that. But I think the most obvious kind of conclusion here is things are going to get better for Tesla, not worse. And, you were in the 260s just to start this year, and things look a lot better now. So do take what you want with that information. Disagree if you would like down below in the comment section, but I think all of that is factual information. And I think June 13th is going to be the biggest catalyst for Tesla stock in many, many years. So with that said, that will conclude this video. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for the video coming out at 8 p.m. tonight. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this information down below in the comment section. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to see my trades every time I make a trade on Tesla or any other stock option and or crypto, the link is down below in the description of this video. Come join it. Hopefully you will make some money. Not financial advice. You can always lose your money, and sometimes trades are really good, sometimes they're really bad. So it's just a tool, more or less, you can add to your toolbox, just to kind of quote Jerome Powell there, in your trading strategies, if that's something you do. So that is it. Enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next one.